You hear us, Mr. Hernandez?
No, it's still connecting.
Goodness, I hope he has a good connection.
There we go.
There? Okay, I'm
Apologies.
unmuting him.
Okay,
Oops.
Mrs. Hernandez, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you now.
Very good. Well, thank you for showing up. We're sorry about that mix-up.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, I was just studying for a logic design exam, so.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll give you time to break away from that. Okay, Mr. Let's see, you are Jonathan J. Hernandez, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, just a few instructions before we get started with your case, okay? First of all, do not record these proceedings, okay? Yeah, all right, great. Now, these cases that we handle at this level are Class C misdemeanors, which means they're criminal in nature. As a result of that, it triggers certain constitutional rights that you have, okay? Now, if at some point, I'm gonna ask you how you plead, either guilty, not guilty, no contest, okay? And if you plead guilty or no contest, you're giving up certain rights, okay? Now, one of the most important rights is that you have a right to plead not guilty and have a trial either in front of a judge or a jury, okay? Now, if you want a jury trial, okay, that means that we bring in citizens from the city of China Grove that'll sit in judgment as to whether you're guilty or not. And if in the event that they do find you guilty, you have the right to have either the jury assess the punishment or the judge assess the punishment, okay? One of the
Yes,
other
sir.
very important rights that you have under the Constitution is that you have the right to remain silent. The state has to prove the case against you. So you don't have to plead guilty or no contest. You know, the state has to prove the case against you. You also have the right to cross-examine the witnesses of the state. And you also have the right to bring in witnesses to testify on your behalf with regard to this citation, okay? Now, if
Yes,
you
sir.
plea of guilty or no contest, you're giving up those rights, okay? You with me so
Yes,
far?
sir.
Okay, now, I'm looking at the docket and let's see, you are under the age of 25. Okay, so that kind of triggers certain things. Now, the types of violations that you have are non-moving violations. Well, the defective tail lamp could be a moving violation. So let me go ahead and just inform you of that. Okay, that in order for you to get a case dismissed, because you're under the age of 25, okay, you would be required to take a defensive driving class, okay? Now, whether we go on the mandatory defensive driving or a probation, you would still have to take the class, okay?
Okay.
Now, with regard, let's say, for example, if you're only, after you enter a plea, if you're interested in just paying the fine and you need some time to pay, what we normally do is that we give you 30 days to pay the fine or fines. And if you pay them within the 30 days, well, of course, you've satisfied your obligation. But if you go beyond the 30 days, they're going to put you in a payment plan, but then they're going to tack on a time payment fee of $15 per violation that goes into time pay. Okay, you with me so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Do you have any questions so far?
Does it only say defective tail lamps on the thing, or does it go into any subcategories or any under specifics to that?
No, it just says defective
Okay.
tail. That's what the charge is. Okay, now you have two citations. One is a defective tail lamp. To that charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
That one, I'd plead guilty.
Okay, and then you have a second violation of failure to display a driver's license. How do you plead to that?
Guilty.
Okay, well, let's start off with that one. Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and swear you in. Can you raise your right hand? Do
Yes,
you
sir.
swear the testimony you're about to give in this call will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir. Nothing but the truth.
Okay, so now that I've administered the oath, it's my understanding to the charge of defective tail lamps, you're entering a plea of guilty. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and with regard to fail to display of driver's license, you're also entering a plea of guilty. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start talking about the fail to display of driver's license. Do you have a driver's license?
Yes, sir. Should I show it here or not because it's on YouTube directory?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I do have a valid license. I haven't taken my 21 indicator off yet, but it is still valid until 23.
Okay, I tell you what, can you just read off your driver's license number?
Yes, sir. Driver's license number is 401-847-65.
Okay, and the expiration?
Expiration date is 1/6/2023.
Okay, all righty. And on the driver's license, it has date issued. What is that issue date?
Issue date 8/8/2017.
Okay, very good. Okay, what I'm going to do, Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that charge. Okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Okay, so now that leads us with the defective tail lamps. And tell me about that. Was it a bulb that was burned out, or what was the problem?
I don't know if you'll necessarily need them, but I can provide them. What happened was I was actually driving with my girlfriend because she came and picked me up since I'm at UTSA the majority of the time. And she ended up bringing her car. She got tired, so I ended up driving. And it actually wasn't a tail lamp. It's what happened was we were driving down towards China Grove, towards East Central. And then a China Grove police officer had stopped us because at night, you're supposed to, he educated me that at night you're supposed to have red lights constantly on your vehicle, 3 red lights on to indicate that your car's there in darkness whenever you're driving, regardless if you're braking or if you're not. So then I was driving the car down, I don't know the exact, like where Rigsby continues on towards a bakery. And I was going down that way, and then he followed us for a while. Wasn't sure why, because the brake lights were in order. Insurance registration was all up to date on the car. Wasn't sure why he stopped me originally, and then he informed me that unfortunately the car had the lights, the indicator lights that you're driving at night that are supposed to be on weren't on. And then I told him that she got into a wreck last week, and that's likely what caused the lights, maybe some circuits in it or something, to go out and not put those safety lights on in the back that are normally there. And then he said, for me to try to get it fixed. And then 2 days later, she actually got her car totaled. Around 2 a.m, someone ended up hitting her car, and then they did a hit and run on it, and it ended up getting pushed onto the curb, and her whole front end is smashed.
Okay, all right. So therefore, since it got totaled out, I guess it just wasn't repairable anymore.
She retained the car. Currently, it's not in working condition or order anymore. I know he said for us to try to fix it, like get bulbs or something. And once I saw the back of it, I was like, this isn't a bulb problem, sir. This is probably a circuit problem because the brake lights work and everything like that. But it's like it won't constantly turn the lights on. So I'm going to assume, because I'm actually a student for electrical engineering, that it has to do with the relays within the car, or something within the circuit box was messed up, since it did hit on that side on the first wreck, which I do have pictures of if you so happen to need me to email or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I believe you. So therefore, I guess what I'm getting at is that since the vehicle is totaled out, that problem with the defective tail lamp was never repaired.
Yeah, it was never repaired. No, sir.
Okay. All right. Very good. And so what did you want to do with this ticket, sir?
I mean, I don't really see a way as to how I can get out of it, considering that there's no way for me to repair the tail lamp. It wasn't my car, and I can't really do anything about it. So I'll go on and pay it if need be, just whatever to get it taken care of.
Well, I tell you, this is what I'm going to do. I would hate for this moving violation to go on your record. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place you on deferred, which is probation. I'm going to go ahead and assess the total of $200. Okay, and then we're going to do a deferred for 30 days. Okay, and that means as long as you don't pick up a similar violation after 30 days, it'll be dismissed. Okay.
Okay.
Not go on your record. My question is this: when would you be able to pay that $200?
I'd probably be able to as of Friday or as of next Friday, or I can even do it in payments. I get paid this Friday upcoming, and then I get paid every week since I work at the Whataburger down the street.
Okay. Can you pay it within 30 days?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna reset your case for 30 days, okay?
Yes, sir.
I can't put you on deferred unless the court cost is paid.
Mhm.
And the court cost is $134. So I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna reset the case for 30 days. You can come to the court or you can call the court anytime within that 30-day period and pay the deferred fee, okay?
Yes, sir.
And, okay, and then once you've paid up, after 30 days, it'll be dismissed.
Okay. So then how much, there will be a fee assessed for it being deferred and then the fee as well for the,
No, it's just a total of 200,
okay.
okay? Which is, I reduced it down, let's see, it's 219, so I came down to 200, I reduced it by $19.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right, do you have any questions?
Will I get a notification of the deferred payment or anything?
I'm gonna give you some further instructions. Do you have something to write with?
Yes, sir. I have a sticky notepad.
I'm gonna give you a phone number that I need for you to call right now, right after I release you. And then they'll
Yes, sir.
give you further instructions.
Yes, sir.
All right, the number is 210
Mm-hmm.
837-3704.
Do you mind if I repeat that back to you?
Sure, go right ahead.
You said it was 210-837-3704?
That's correct. Yes. All right. So do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and release you, but call the clerk and they'll give you further instructions.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Have a good day.
Judge,
Yes. We need to go off of,
yeah,
Jonathan, you can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good day.
okay, we're
are
still.
we off, Carissa?
I'm going to